Hello divas, dudes, and dolls, I'm Caricature, and welcome back to my simple, sparkly, and stunning little review show, Very Slay, where we go over each and every one of the runway looks on Drag Race España All-Stars. For the rest of this season, you're getting casual Cara. Now, this week's runway theme was Stras Divina a la Muerte, I believe, was the full name. I'm probably butchering the Spanish on this, but strass is a type of like gemstone embellishment, rhinestone, like just jewelry, sparkles, you know, glittered, icy encrusted, all of that jazz. But the second half of the phrase, subtitles translated as like divine of death. From what I understand, like the literal translation, sure, might be something like that, but the real use of the phrase is equivalent to drop dead gorgeous. So they just want you to look stunning, expensive, and just dripping in jewels and stones. That's what I took away from this. I think honestly this is my favorite collective runway that we've had over the course of this season. So I'm particularly excited to dive into each and every one of these looks this week. For anybody who's new here and isn't familiar with the format, if I think a look is just middle of the road, passable, gets the job done, but nothing incredible, we give it an okay. If I love a look, we give it a slay, and if I don't love it for any reason, and I think it's just not acceptable, not up to snuff, then we give it an A. But now that that's all taken care of, why don't we dive into this runway? Alrighty, first up we have Hornella Gongora. Her hair in this look, she looks like she's been through just like the quantification wind tunnel, if you know what I mean. She is just snatched back, blasted, and everything is just pulled, and oh, I love it. My favorite part of it is when you see it from the side, the direction of the hair goes with the same direction of like the angle of her makeup. Like it just makes everything just look like it's vacuum sucked backwards in, oh, it's fabulous. And I love it so much. Her look is particularly inspired by the lanternfish. I thought this was a bodysuit. I didn't think it was body painting, which I think the way that it's done, it's really painterly. I really actually like how brushy and patchy it is on the body. I think it looks really gorgeous. The coat is the real statement piece out of this look. I love how it sparkles on the runway. I love the cut on the sleeves. I think it's just the perfect level of dramatic, but also still drag. And I don't like the feathers on the coat. That part I think is a little excessive, and it's there for texture more than anything else, which I can see the appeal of, but I don't think that they were really necessary to the look. The rest of it I think is great. You really see the theme in this little diamond bejeweled bikini situation that she's got going on, which I think is gorgeously done. But due to the body painting, I think it kind of becomes secondary comparatively to the coat. The coat is the real statement piece out of this look, and that's not the part that's the stonework. So I think that's a bit of a miss, but in general, this is a really fantastic look. I think it's my favorite thing she's worn this season. Definitely giving her a slay. Up next is Pupi Poisson, who I, like Hornella, think this is her strongest look she's delivered so far in the competition. She's giving us this Death Becomes Her movie poster art moment of Goldie Hawn. Very, very fun idea. I actually like that the hole has red rhinestones all the way around it. I think it's just like a really subtle touch. I do wish there was more of them though, because it's just a black hole. I think had she brought the red stones underneath, had it kind of trickle out a little bit, had some kind of like little echoes of entrails or something, just to add that like kind of horror element to it, I think would have made it a little more interesting. Otherwise, it's just a pretty dress. Like, I think the hair looks great on her. I think it's a gorgeous color. I actually really like the cut of the dress too. It's an interesting angle to take, and I think it looks good. I mean, it's just not anything amazing, so I think I'm just going to give it an okay. I'm still excited to see what she's gonna wear though in the future, because she really has been stepping up her runway package over the course of this season. Up next is Jiriji Dirkly. I mean, when this rounded the corner, Pupi really showed up and said, "Here, look at me with my candelabra," and Jiriji said, "Bitch, hold my drink." Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, Jesus Christ, this is so gorgeous. It's so airtight. I can only imagine the tension that is on her head carrying all of this weight and balancing it on top of how heavy just this dress in general looks. All of the beaded chains, just everything about this is perfect. The body's right, the proportion is right, the level of detailing on the chandelier parts of this is just so fantastic. This is what I was hoping to see more of Jiriji, just her, but on a higher scale, more elevated, and we got exactly that. Oh god, this is gonna be a hard look to top across any season of Drag Race. Like this, I would dare say this is one of my favorite looks I have ever seen in the history of any franchise of this show. Period. Point blank. Done. The check is written and it's cleared. There's no way I could give this look anything but a slay. Up next is Sagittaria. Now, she had some shoe issues, which, I understand that's unfortunate, and she did good with, I actually really liked the coat. I liked how it was stoned and detailed. It was a really gorgeous silhouette. I thought it was more impactful with the coat on than when she took the coat off. There were just some little messy reveal things with that. I actually really like this wig. It hits the light correctly, and I like the idea of the look with this like wet latex moment where she's just like a naked body in the rain. However, I said this yesterday in my UK versus the world video, I can't stand when queens do a nude illusion look, but you don't have like the form articulated on the bodysuit. If you're gonna do a nude illusion, go full nude illusion with it. If you're just gonna do like a skin tone latex bodysuit, it's just a skin tone latex bodysuit with diamonds on it. I think this idea could have been done so much better than it was. Like even if she had stoned the bodysuit to match like the changes in gradient with skin tones, I think that would have been more effective as a sell. And then had the longer gemstones and jewels like she has on the look to really sell the effect of water dripping off the body. I think that would have made the look more successful. For me, this is just okay. Up next is Drag Sethlas. I know I said last week if I had to say in placements, she wouldn't have been in the top. This week, I would have put her in the top because she bodied this challenge and this runway. This look is so good. I love that she's using not just the clear stones or white stones, she has the red mixed in with it. It all kind of comes together. It makes the colors pop off of each other in a really, really beautiful way. This is so expensive. The body's correct, the headpiece is right, just the level of detailing and stoning in this. This is such a carnival, Gran Canaria style drag look. I would expect nothing less from Sethlas out of this. This is my favorite thing she has also worn in the history of the competition. I mean, outside of Sagittaria, everybody else has delivered my favorite look that I've ever seen from any of them. This is fantastic. I have no faults with this. There's nothing you could do to make this look any better than what it is. This is a slay. What wasn't a slay was the editing on this episode. It was messy boots, because how do you not catch in the editing room that when you announce the next queen, when they announce Samantha, they still have Sethlas on the runway and they're like switching the scene, so it's like kind of blurred out and fading into the next, and then there's like a delay and then Samantha's thing starts. How they didn't catch that in post, I don't know. That it's so funny to me that they didn't. Like everybody else has like a moment of walking out on the runway. Samantha doesn't, she's just there, she's just starting. A look, according to her, inspired by Liberace and Diana Ross. Now, the only thing that I think is good about this look is the coat. I think what she tried to do is cool. When she takes the wig off, I think the look is more successful. So like, she should have just come out without the wig. I think it just would have been done better. I appreciated the fact that the makeup is stoned as well, like the eyeliner is stoned with black stones, the lips are stoned with red stones. I think that's a really strong choice visually, and it reads well from a distance on top of that. But of the 6 looks on the runway, this has the least overall impact, and I think it's the least like glitzy out of all of them, in my opinion. And I think in some ways it's also the tackiest, which is very much Samantha's style, but when you were comparatively speaking on this runway, she's definitely the worst one on the runway this week. And even though I think Sethlas should have been in the top with Jiriji again this week, I do think it's funny that they just kind of threw her a bone to put her in the top. But she's really been working hard, and this week is a challenge that they didn't expect her to do good in, and I don't think a lot of people wouldn't have expected Samantha to do well in, and she excelled. So I think she was more in the top for the challenge than her runway, because it's an idea. What she presented is an idea. It's just not executed at the level that I would have liked it to be. So for me, this is an A. It's just not my taste. it should be pretty clear that there are two main contenders for our Slay of the Day this week. My favorite look of the episode, which will be going into a post-crowning ranking video to determine our Slay of the season. And the look that wins that honor, I will be doing a full illustration of. Probably partially live on the internet for all to see, who knows? But the question here is, which queen is going to take it? And for me, just based on the commentary alone, I think you should have gathered that once again, it's going to Jiriji this week. This is now, out of the 7 episodes we have this season, if I've done my math right, if there's only 6 episodes and then the promo looks, Jiriji is now 5 of those 7 spots. And honestly, I think it's going to be really hard for anybody to top this look this week, herself included. You know, I don't want to say, you know, put your money down, place your bets, and spin the wheel, but there is a very real chance that we are looking at our Slay of the season today. It is, to date, my personal favorite look in the entirety of Drag Race España ever. So that is going to be it for me for today. We will see you all in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those lovely little things down there. Be sure to ring that notification bell while you're at it so you can be among the first to know when every new episode of Very Slay drops here on YouTube, along with whatever else I decide to make. And until we meet again, y'all, be sure to go out there, stay kind, stay queer, and make sure that your day is very slay.